Streaming to get that up and running. Hopefully that will go. I'm going to go to my channel and I'm going to grab the link so that I can let all of our lovely Discord friends know that I am streaming. We can decide what we want to do. Discord friends know that I am streaming. Alright, I've got the link. So that's good. Go here. Hit up the old add everyone. There we go. That's in there. Hopefully the stream is also, yep, okay, we're good. We are live here. We are live there. Everything's all connected. Hi guys. It's not been a while. It's been a few days since I streamed, so not too long. Not long enough that anybody's worried about where I've been or what condition I am in. I am hoping that you are all doing well. It's Tuesday evening. For us in the US, daylight saving time has kind of messed me up a little bit. But I can finally talk about the towel that I didn't buy. And by that, I mean I absolutely did buy a crazy amount of towel. Fellow YouTuber Billion Dollar Clown Farm was kind enough to sell me some of their collection that they weren't going to be using. So I got some of Tyler's towel, including my favorite here, who goes by the name of Commander Bojangles, according to Tyler. I gave this one a base coat with my airbrush the other day. I would say it went okay. I'm not super sure how to use an airbrush, and I did like no research, because of course that's the best way to paint. It's not. That was sarcastic. I feel the need to clarify, just in case that gets misconstrued. But yeah, tried that out to get a base coat. Hey, yay, you get to catch a stream. Welcome, welcome. I am just kind of tooling around with what I've got on my desk until I kind of figure out the vibe for this stream. See what we're feeling. I thought I might just work on. This is kind of the towel I'm using to figure out my color scheme for the towel that I wasn't gonna buy. And then I was actually kind of feeling like I might assemble some miniatures, which is, you know, not typical for me. I usually don't like assembly. So I was waiting to see, you know, if people showed up. Were they more in the mood for some painting? Did they want the wackiness of me crying over an assembly guide? So I was waiting to kind of feel out the vibe. So if you have any strong opinions, one way or the other, as to what you want to see happen, when I assemble, things tend to get a little bit more unhinged, as I will fall into madness trying to comprehend all of the assembly instructions, and more than likely I will get super glue all over my fingers, because still my local game store is out of plastic glue. One day I will have plastic glue again. Yesterday was not that day. That's okay. We stay strong. And we hope that someday, just as all of those Disney princes, my plastic glue will get here. Sweep me off my feet and carry me off to a kingdom, not having to assemble with super glue. You are down for a paint scheme exploration stream? Okay. Well, you're the only one speaking in chat, so that's probably what we're gonna go with. Now, these Tau, Tyler was originally painting them all to be different kinds of Mountain Dew in terms of the color scheme. And I think I want to carry on that legacy to some degree. Because if it still fits kind of the whole candy thing that I got going on here. The only flavor of Mountain Dew that I actually consume or have consumed in the past is Blue Voltage. So I figured that all of the kind of troops would have a lot of green for just regular stock standard Mountain Dew. We'll get some Baja Blast in there if we feel like it. But the cool guys, the ones that I like the best, we might go with Blue Voltage for them. Which, I don't have any blue armies, so blue could be the way to go. There is still the chance that everything I do here I will actually hate and just paint over later. That is kind of how color schemes go for me. Just kind of blocking it out. I think I want to find a way to incorporate maybe some more of that yellow, because I kind of like it. And I'd like to do lightning bolts for the voltage thing, because apparently if I'm not finding a way to include random freehand on a model, I'm just not painting. Because, I have to slow myself down, apparently. Blue's a great color, but you're biased. Fair enough. I have not actually used blue on any of my armies, except I used a little bit of blue on the Cosmic Brownie Troll that I painted for my Kruleboyz. But that was because blue is one of the colors in a Cosmic Brownie, and if I omitted it, it wouldn't really be true to the food it was based off. So he got a little touch of blue. But other than that, there is, like, my Soulblight Gravelords don't have any blue. My 40k Orcs don't have any blue. My Adeptus Mechanicus don't have any blue. My Nighthaunt have teal. Maybe that counts. Does teal count? No. We're going to keep that distinctive. Teal doesn't count. Teal doesn't count. They're teal and orange. But yeah, in terms of blue, we don't have any blue. We're just, this is the first of the damaged Tau that I triaged. I don't know if you saw my latest video, but I picked up quite a few in, let's just call it a slightly chaotic state of packaging. So we're gonna have to do some General Tau Hospital type repairs. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm not exactly sure, again, what colors this guy will end up being. But I figure separating out some of the different forms and stuff can't hurt the starting point. Ooh, okay, yeah. The villains are really fun to paint. Gorslav the Gravekeeper, by far my favorite to paint, and the one that I think really honestly turned out the best. I'm tentatively excited that they've said that they're gonna do Cursed City expansions. Like, do I think I will actually get those? Maybe. I've never played a game of Cursed City. I just happen to have it fully painted. I would love to play at some point, but thus far I have been unsuccessful at coercing a group into trying it out. It also doesn't help that I don't know the rules and can't teach people how to play because I don't actually know myself. So maybe I should take a look-see at those, but, you know, I'm trying to be better about being a rules person. I'm not there yet. I'll get there, though. Cartoonishly pale green. That sounds fun. I can't remember if you posted a photo of him in the Discord server or not. But if you haven't, you should. I'd love to take a look at him. I've been reading through the Tau Codex, and I read about all the different septs finally, so I'll have to pick one for my Tau to be. I guess it doesn't really matter, because they won't be painted with any particular sept colors. So I can just be like, this is the one that works best for the actual game. I think Farsight Enclaves is the one that's really OP right now, so maybe I'll just run them as Farsight Enclaves. But we'll see. For my crew boys, I didn't really choose the most strategic ones, to be fair. But I don't know. Maybe we'll try a little harder with 40K. I'm still too scared to show up for my local 40K league without, you know, a significant portion of these Tau painted. So yeah. I want to work on that. A little intimidated. I'm hoping these combinations of blues will work pretty well together. That's interesting that that arm has a joint there. And this one is kind of all curled up and doesn't. Okay. Let's paint this central little thing. His belly. Don't know quite what we're gonna do yet there, but having a nice pale canvas for potential freehand is probably gonna be good. I forgot to turn off the vibrate setting on my phone, so that is being used as a camera and is gonna make a little bit of noise. I'll fix that. One moment. There we go. That should be good. Yeah. You're fine. You're fine. You posted in the Discord. You did exactly what I asked you to do, so no worries there. I see that notification. I'll get to it. You know how this goes. It's hard to check on stream and do all that. Not the most coordinated of individuals, but I do my best. I also don't know if I like all the color variation that I got from spray painting. I know that's kind of like the point, but I haven't decided if I like this or not. I have seen some Tau where they have just certain, like they have one or two of their little knee pad thingies painted, and I really like that, so I'm gonna try that out. I'm using a really light blue here, partially for, I think it's nice and it goes with the color scheme, but also there's a lot of contrast in the value between that and what I airbrushed, so I can see if I like breaking up all of the forms this way, or if I end up not liking how it looks to divide these panels up into stripes or something like that, then I can easily change that up. Usually it's a little easier with me not having done an airbrushed base coat, because I can just paint over the original color, but that isn't an option today, so that makes things a little bit more interesting. Wow, the towel I didn't buy, yeah! Yeah, I can finally show you guys all of the towel that I didn't buy, and I can kind of, be alarmed at them. 'Cause, like, listen, okay? Let's talk about the models that I have now. This is the scale. That's what I'm used to painting. Like this. So this next to this, you know, that's not too bad. That's not. I can deal with this as like a special guy. That's okay. That's fine. We are a-okay there. The size difference on those is not too bad. But I'm a big old fucking dummy and didn't realize how fuck off huge Storm Surge was, because just grab that for you. For anyone considering buying a used lot of Tau on what is basically a whim, and it's like, oh yeah, there's a Storm Surge in it. I literally have to readjust my camera because he's that fucking chonky. Okay, that's his base, bigger than my paint palette. This is him next to this guy, and this little orc is so tiny in comparison. Like, look at that. That is not okay. This is a chonker. I don't know what to do about that. I have no idea at all how I am going to paint Storm Surge here. I do like that the gun is magnetized. The magnetizing is such a crap job, which is fine. Love that, honestly, because that's how I would have done it, and it just feels more authentic, and I'm less worried about, like, fucking it up accidentally. One of the magnets did come loose, and it looks like it's just caked full of super glue in there. So maybe what we can do is we can fix that while we have Storm Surge here on the table. We could do a bit of triage, bit of Tau surgery. Let's see if I can. Looking to see if I had one of my little sculpting tools, but I don't think that I have one on hand. So what I need to do is poke this magnet loose somehow. Maybe I have like a hobby drill around or something. Something I can use to wedge that up out of there. And then if I can do that, I should be able to just glue it back in. No problem. Let me see if I have anything laying around that'll work. No, what are you talking about? My process isn't entirely based on the impulse of what's sitting in front of me at the exact moment that I start sitting down to work. Don't know what you're... Oh, there's mine. It's a hobby drill. That's a hobby knife. That could probably work. That could probably work. Apologize to anyone with anxiety for blades. This could go poorly. Why are you doing this live on stream? If you accidentally cut yourself, Fives, that is not good for your viewers. It's gonna make you look like a big old dummy. I have considered that this might not be the best method for getting this magnet repositioned. I could also just glue another magnet on top of it. Could do that. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, sure, I'll just crack open the actual gun casing. Yep, the two parts of plastic that are glued together. That's a good idea. That's a solid concept there, Fives. Yep. Oh, we've got a loose magnet now. It's loose inside the two pieces of plastic. I believe it is now actually stuck on the other magnet because you can't hear it rattle. That was not how I wanted that to go. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna not mess with that for now, because I don't think I have any other hobby magnets. I gave them all to a friend because I was like, I'm not gonna fucking magnetize anything. So I'll see about stealing a magnet back. Airbrush should make it go pretty fast. Well, we can hope. We can certainly hope. I have not had great luck with my airbrush. I'm not getting my paints thin to the right consistency, and it kind of like sputters when I try and use it. Like sometimes it'll have a nice, good flow of paint for a little bit. Other times not so much. I don't know if it's clogged or if something's happening with the needle or what. It's probably something I just need to mess with more and start to learn better, but I'm not sure if that's kind of where I want to go with this particular project and this leg of my hobby journey or not. Well, that's interesting. Just gonna put those down so I know which panels to actually paint. I kind of like his little stripy socks look. I mean, they're knee pads. Shin guards? I don't really know what these are called on the towel suits. Hector seems to know. Hi, buddy! Do not scratch me! Not be happy about that. Run along, sir. Run along. No scratchies. No. Buddy, no. Go. Go on. Run along. Usually I have a blanket wrapped around my legs, but he's trying to take this opportunity to just mess with me. I have thrown my hoodie on top of him to momentarily paralyze him. This is the technique that we are utilizing today. Oh no, he's escaped. Yeah, the magnets, I only really need one anyway. Exactly. Exactly. Some airbrush cleaner should help. I should have bought all the, airbrush stuff, but I don't always have the nerve to do things, so I tend to just act when I have the impulse. And if I had been like, oh, I don't have airbrush cleaner, I don't have airbrush thinner, I don't have airbrush stuff, I wouldn't have tried it. And I need to, build up the courage to try more airbrushing, so I just went with it the other night. I don't think it turned out horrible, but I don't think it turned out great either. Alright. I'm gonna just move Storm Surge back into the box with the other towel that needs to be fixed. If you guys want a Towel General Hospital stream, that should happen at some point, where I am just desperately trying to make sure all my Tau have all of their bits, find some heads and arms for my headless and armless Kroot, get the gang all put together. I think I have a fair amount of drones that are just kind of hanging out somewhere. But I should, in theory, have a decent decent point value of Tau. I haven't really evaluated what I have to see how that formulates into a list, you know, the thing that smart people do. But I will get there. I will get there in the end. It's not something that gets solved all at once, you know? Yeah, I mean, there's one or two Tau models that I don't have that I would like, but I currently own so many Tau models that I don't feel justified in buying any other Tau. I need to paint at least 3 units before I think about purchasing more Tau. I really love Tau, but like, I've spent enough on Tau for at least the foreseeable future. And if you've watched my latest video, I think you'll agree with me there. That maybe, just maybe, that's enough Tau for the moment. For the moment. And I jam them all together, good or not. I mean, I feel a little like Tyler Russo, who sold me these, $1 Billion Clown Farm. He actually like goes to tournaments with his orcs and wins. And some part of me can't help but feel like those Tau, they could have been tournament winners. They could have been bound for greater good than my hobby desk. They could have been champions. Instead, they're here with me. You know, if I were a Tau, personally speaking, that is maybe not the fate that I would have wanted. So I feel some degree of obligation to this plastic army, which of course cannot emote or speak or have ambition, to honor the ambition that I feel that it might has by at least building a competent list and getting it onto a table. And maybe bringing it to a tournament. I don't know. I don't know the rules of 40k half as well as I know the ones for Age of Sigmar. And, yeah. I'm just a little bit more intimidated by the 40k crowd. I shouldn't be. It should be fine. It should be fine. You know? Anyone should be comfortable just showing up to play the game, even if they, you know, haven't quite got all the lore memorized and all of their rules perfectly memorized, you know, like, but I'm gonna try, and that's kind of all I can do. Tau are friendly. Yeah, I guess that's true. They do try for peace, so maybe that's it. These ones are just trying for a little bit of peace. Now I should have my Tau Codex over here so I can consult, because I know that painting different parts of their helmet different things means different shit. Honestly, I don't know if I want to incorporate that or not. I think it's cool. I don't know if I will remember to do it for every single one of my Tau. I'm so unsure. I don't know if I like this. I don't know at all. It's a little bit crusty. There may have been an incident with some green stuff at one point in time. This lad got a little bit of crust for lack of a better term, on him. I feel the need to peel off and try and clean up. You know, I do my best. I don't have no ultrasonic cleaner or nothing like that. I do have a towel that looks to be standing on top of a Tyranid. That's one of the ones I have. No, he's right on top. Yeah. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera. This guy is not metal. He's a lot lighter. But he's crushing a Tyranid. I don't know if you can see that nid. But yeah. Just planning on making your towel based on 80s anime promo art more than official color palettes. Yeah, I feel a weird obligation, I guess, to continue doing them in a Mountain Dew scheme. I found other things that I kind of want to try out, and even like my initial idea to paint Constructicon Tau, I don't know if I want to do that. There's this beautiful picture. I'll pull it up and we can talk about the color theory and stuff and why I'm not 100% sure if this is where I want to go or what I want to do with it. Sorry to just, you know, get all color theory up in here. Y'all have seen me do a lot of really decisive work on schemes that I'm confident about or that I know what I'm talking about. It's not always like that. It can be a lot more chaotic. I am trying to remember where I got sent that image, because I know I shared it at one point. Hang on. It's definitely here. Just give me some time. Find that on the old social media. I could swear, yeah. It was Tyler, I think, who sent me this other color scheme that I'm considering, which is actually crazy. You know, it's not something where he was like, oh, you should do this. It's just, he knows I paint candy stuff, and he sent it to me. Thought he did anyway. Oh man, Instagram is not great for searchability. Yeah, it should be in my saved. I apologize. But it could be fun, yeah, to take a look at this. Okay, here it is. Yep. Absolutely. So, let me see if we do this. Actually, that's not. Nope, we're not going to do that. Boop. Found it. I'll go over why this is a good candy color scheme, in my opinion. You can maybe get a little something out of that, I guess. I don't quite know why people would find that interesting, but maybe they will. Let's get the image in here. Should be able to find it relatively quickly, I hope. There we go. Okay. There we go. It's on the screen now. It'll have the Instagram. Yeah, this is Chromatic Miniatures painted this. And what I like about this really, first of all, it's a really super good contrast between the pastels and like the bits that look more cookie-ish. Doing anything with white and red stripes immediately has a candy cane association, like people just pick up on that. And so since they knew they could do that rather confidently, they've also gone ahead and done like some pink candy stripes and some blue ones over here as well. And it all reads. But you've got that, and you've got, like, they were smart to do this part in white with the brown underneath, because that'll read as, like, dripping icing. And then this pink on pink kind of, like, checkerboard is so nice. I love the pink and blue as well. The whole color palette's really, really great, because it's the pastel sort of stuff that I love, but then it's also, like, the browns and yellows work for cookies. And like the feet part of it look really good too. There's so much good color balancing, like yellow and blue yellow and purple will all contrast each other really well. They've got difference in values from the pastels to like the darker browns. It's good stuff. And, like, even the clouds, they've got different color variation. Like, they're pink in some parts and yellow in others. It just looks so good. I love this color scheme. I think it's really strong. And I feel like with the way that it's going on this, it could work really well for Tao. But they definitely be candy Tao. They wouldn't be Mountain Dew Tao at all. And they wouldn't fit with the green stealth suits that I have that I don't really want to repaint because they look so nice. So I'm not sure what to do on that front. It's really kind of difficult for me. I want to kind of honor the legacy of this project, so to speak, in keeping with Tyler's original vision for the army, because how often do you get the chance to buy a used army but also know what the original owner's intent was to the point where you could carry that on? But I also have, like, I could see these parts being that, you know, like there's let's see if I can kind of point it out, but let's see. So, like, these bits that we've separated on the legs could either work as pink and the pink stripes. They could work as, like, the yellow and brown over here. Or they could work as candy cane. Or even, like, I would probably do the main body purple. And honestly, the more I look at it, the more I would love to do that color scheme. I think it would be really fun. But it's never going to fit with what we got. That's why I shouldn't and probably will not ultimately end up doing that color scheme. It's still got purple in it, which is a color I haven't used, to be fair. And I should, you know, diversify what army colors and stuff I use. Yeah, here's one. But this is one of the finished guys. Let me see if I can get that to focus a bit better. Can I do that thing like with the Instagram users have with the hands where it focuses? I don't know. I don't know if it'll focus, but you can see at least the colors beautifully painted. Like, the camera's not focusing on the justice that this model deserves. Trying to get it to look decent. Wrestling with it the whole way. That's this phone for you. There, you can see it really clearly. But this color scheme is not candy. There's nothing about it that would read candy. And there's no quick fix for getting it to look like candy. This is a beautifully painted, finished mini that I know Tyler is proud of, and I don't want to, if I do any changes, I want them to be minimal, if at all. So, that's another factor in this army project. It's figuring out what to do about that. Because I can't have an army that don't look cohesive. That ain't gonna fly for me. Oh, hi. I was ranting, and everybody fucking showed up. I wish I got little pings so I could say hi to you. I'll do a speed round. Hi, Keegan. Hi, GMJ. Hi, Goober. Nice to see you all. I was going on about some indecisiveness in army color schemes and such like. Yeah. The crisis suit with the mono eye. This one gives you shockwave vibes. Is that a transformer? Is that the little purple chunky guy? I think I got that reference, Keegan. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Rebase the mini on Candy World terrain? Maybe. He is going to get rebased. Pretty much all of them are going to get rebased, because as good as a base as this is, it's not what I want for a base. It's not going to work for me. But yeah, I'm not really sure how to paint my Tau, and trying to talk out that problem has made me not want to continue working on that particular color scheme tonight. We can do some Tau General Hospital and maybe fix this guy's legs, but if we're rebasing him, we may not need to. I don't really know what to do with the dead Tyranid on his base, or what exactly, because this is such a nice diorama. Like, this is a good pose. Someone worked hard on this. Kind of want to keep it as is, but if I do candy or weird stuff, it's gonna be alright. It's a lot of thinking in a different way than I've ever had to do with an army project. I wanted to see what it would be like to inherit an army in some... Inherit is a weird word, but like, buy a used army and see what that process is like. And I was able easily enough to prime over his old paint job and try and figure it out. But yeah, it's trickier than I thought to get it to feel right. So we're still figuring that out. It's gonna be a process. And maybe one that's gonna be worth documenting in videos. I haven't decided yet. Probably. I mean, I showed the Tau in the unboxing. Someone's gonna be like, when are you painting Storm Surge? And I'm gonna be like, not fucking today. What can we do that won't give me a decision dilemma? Decision paralysis, that's the word. We can slap some texture paste on these orcs bases so that can dry, so that we can finish those off next time, and they'll be ready before Adepticon. Why am I scraping that out with a blade? I don't need to be doing that. Do I even want... No, I don't even need texture on those bases so that they can be different from the other ones. I need to just paint them. We'll just paint them. Will we paint them? I was thinking about doing assembly tonight, and I painted some... I don't really want to work on these bases. I lied. Decision paralysis is here. It's really here. I guess, you know what? Like, I have Ghost Keel. Oh my gosh. Guys! Did you know that Ghost Keel's freaking helmet? I don't know if it's supposed to do this or not, or if mine just... Can you hear it squeaking? But look, there's a little... Sorry. Okay, I got very distracted. But yeah, I got Ghost Keel. Just, you know, it's meant to do that. Awesome. That's so cool. I love that because you got that, right? But then you also got, in terms of Tau that do stuff, a lot of them are interactive, which we don't have interactive orcs, okay? That hasn't happened. But like, that's not the only interactive one, because you got this drone where the gun pivots. So and then that, dude, what else? What else does that? We got, okay, is there anything on Storm Surge that'll do that? I don't think so. Just gonna like spend 20 minutes looking for trap doors on my Tau. Okay, I have just noticed now that Storm Surge is missing this part off the back. Hopefully I can find that. Or I'm gonna have to like explain why he's hollow. I don't know if that snapped off recently or if that's done been something. I know that the little vehicle has like a door on the back that opens. Pretty cool. This is another like metal one that I have. At least part of it's metal. Like, I think the backpack is metal. This rod is metal. Some part of it's metal. I don't know if it's just the metal rod or not though. Could be, because he doesn't. That feels plastic to me. Maybe it's just the rod on it that's metal. Yeah. Wow, these were drilled and pinned, I think. So maybe the body's also metal? I can't tell. Ugh. A lot of them are plastic, which is nice. You know. This one has a really fun pose. You know, he's like running, but he does have a little bit of metal, a foot broken off, and an arm missing. And then the cannons are 3D printed, I think. So, yeah. It's a lot of stuff. Honestly, the fact, learning that I could do that, I don't know how I'm not going to spend, like, the next 20 minutes just... No one wants to watch that on stream for 20 minutes, Fives. Good God. Something's broken off here, so we have another gun to find. There's a lot of pieces. You know, which makes me... It should make me be like, you know, this is gonna be my army, so I should just do what I want with it. But there's something holding me back from that, and I can't really define what it is. I wish I could. It's really confusing to feel that way about this project, to be so unsure. But I think once I figure it out, I'll have come out the better for it. I thought it would be simple enough to do Constructicon Tau, or like, you know, one of the kind of BioShock inspired color schemes I have. But I just like candy stuff. I like it. I haven't painted anything. Like, I mean, my orcs are candy inspired, but they're not aggressively like a cupcake or anything. So maybe I'm just missing doing my candy color schemes, and I just need to do one or two and get it out of my system. But I don't actually think that's the case. I think I have a way that I like to paint models that I haven't been able to paint in a little bit, and maybe I just kind of miss that. It's hard to say, though. It's hard to say. What else? I was kind of feeling like assembling, though, so maybe I'll do a little bit of assembly. I'll see if I have the assembly guide. I have some of these Red Harvest Warcry miniatures. I've had the box used as my Blood Bowl carrying case, essentially. You can hear my Blood Bowl teams rattling around in there. I'm a very organized hobbyist, I swear. I know where all of my stuff is all of the time. Yeah, I got all those little spider guys. Let's see. Got the rules for Warcry. I have not even glanced at this. That is sad. I should read the rule sets and materials and things that I own. Got the bases. Yeah, I got them. The dice. I do not have the assembly guide, which makes me think I let the person I split the box with keep that. That was a real fucking smart call for you to make there, Fives. Because you are great at assembly, especially without a guide. Oh dear. Hang on while I reorganize literally this entire box. Because I am such a dumbass sometimes with trying to keep stuff in order. Just a moment, I swear. I'll be back. Don't change your channels. Don't turn off your TVs and all that other cheesy stuff they said. Yeah. Ugh. Let's throw all my poor Blood Bowl team back in here. Hopefully I haven't left anybody or anything out. I'll figure that out later. Put that box over to the side. Oh. Well, usually I'd be like, yeah, it's my army now. I can do what I want with it. But Tyler did ask, and he is someone that I respect in this hobby as a fellow hobbyist. He was like, are you gonna planning to repaint the stealth suits? Because if so, I'd like to keep them. Because he was happy with his paint job. And I said no, because I honestly do really like his paint job. I said I might change some aspects of it, but I wouldn't do a total repaint on that. And I meant it at the time. Got my hands on them. Painted this guy. You know, the starter of a Mountain Dew Blue Voltage color scheme, and I'm just not as confident about it as I would like to be. So yeah, he's gonna sit on the back burner for now, and I'm gonna look up an assembly guide for these Red Harvest guys and see if we can at least put one or two of them together. Got some sprue cutters and we got some plastic glue. We got a chance at it. Let's see, Red Harvest. Guide Warhammer. Someone's bound to have posted this. I don't even remember what these guys are called. Spider guys. Spider-Man. Creepy boys. Little guys. Oh, fuck. Are these the guys? It's Reddit. Tarantulos Brood. That's what they are. Thank you to whoever posted this on Reddit. They are a legend. Let's see. Now the question is there enough photos for me to figure it all out? Definitely have the Slaves of Darkness posted. Okay, this looks like something we can do. Alright. We're gonna try. We're going to assemble bravely. I need B13 and B12. Here's B. I like that they have that section labeled very clearly. This is B. None of the other sections are clearly labeled with big old numbers. Not that I can find B13. B12. Oh, there's 13. Does that look right? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'd talk more about color schemes and figuring them out, but it's a little hard to talk about that with any degree of authority when I have not actually figured out what I want to do or what I want that army to look like in the end. I think I need to maybe spend some time thinking about this and maybe not jump into things as impulsively as I did Tau. I no regrets, don't get me wrong. I definitely have a lot of repair work to do on those Tau, just because of the lovely post office and its many quirks about delivery. But it's not, I just haven't planned, I don't plan as much as I should. Oh, Jesus, what's happened with my super glue? I believe the top of my super glue is glued to the cap. That's not ideal for us. It is stuck on there pretty good. Fucking hell. Oh man. This is not a night where I win. It's a night where I lose to the hobby. For sure. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, no. I have, I've done that to my bottle of super glue. I do not have a solution for this. Genuinely do not. I have just snapped, I'm gonna have to twist it off and snap it and maybe use an old paintbrush cause that is not coming out of there. Alright. You know what? This is fine. I have plenty of old brushes. I'll dig one out. We'll sacrifice this one. This is not badass. This is tragic. Alright, let's see. I mean, the super glue still seems to work, so at least, so we got that going for us. However much I can get out of it. It's a matter of time before that brush becomes, like, completely crusted up with super glue as well, and basically becomes unusable. Oh, man. And I have a ton of sprue connection points that I need to shave off. Okay. This is fine, guys. This is exactly what we want from our hobby time. For everything to go tragically wrong. There we go. Okay. That's less tragic. That's more correct. Still a heck of a fucking gap there. Man, I miss the days where I didn't notice and didn't care about gaps. Still don't give a shit about mold lines. When they say you go off the rails when you assemble, you really mean it? Yeah, I wasn't fucking around about that. Literally, assembly is the worst fucking step of the process, and I do absolutely nothing at all to fucking help with it. I am as bad at assembly as you can expect. Usually I don't rip the top off super glue bottles. I'll be real with you on that one. That's kind of a surprise. It's a little bonus. It's not my, typical methodology, one could say. But, yeah. Honestly, pretty par for the course in how, assembly tends to turn out. How the fuck does this go in here? Because that's gotta match up with something. There we go. There we go. People are like, why don't you like assembly, Fives? It's a great part of the hobby. It's my favorite part of the hobby. Anyone who tells you that is lying. I am convinced everybody's assembly goes like this. Maybe I have tricked myself into believing that everybody else's assembly is as chaotic as mine, because I am desperate to believe I am not the only one with these problems. But it's awful. It's the worst, and I fucking hate it. Why am I doing this? Because I actually know what color scheme I want to use for these guys. I don't actually know if I can pull it off. But, I have impulses. Basically, I had to have these guys because they reminded me of a podcast that I adore called the Magnus Archives. And I was pretty much like, yeah, I need to do some Magnus Archives inspired Warhams. And for those who don't know anything about the Magnus Archives, there is a large portion that deals with spiders and other things. But there's a whole thing with the web and spiders. And, yeah. I'm not afraid of spiders. It's not a fear that I have. And this is a horror podcast. I feel like I should have said that, and maybe I didn't. But, one of the episodes that terrified me the most was one of the spider episodes. It was that good. I still remember the first time I listened to this episode of the Magnus Archives. It is a guest from Mr. Spider, if anybody out there has some taste and knows what I'm talking about. But, I was listening to that episode. It was the day I had my graduation ceremony from art school. So I just graduated college. And, I had to go back home for a month before I could get out of my parents' house and move away. I hadn't gotten everything together to do it immediately. And I just said goodbye to all of my college friends. I had moved away from the place I had been living and enjoying for almost 4 years. I had to say goodbye to a lot of things. It was incredibly emotional. I cried. Cried in that car ride. Hated it. But once I had calmed down, I mean, it was like a 6-hour car ride, so what was I going to do? I calmed down, and of course I didn't want to talk to anyone after all that. So I listened to my podcast. And the Magnus Archives, it's good. So I knew it would be scary. But it was a good distraction. I was like, this is fine. Sometimes you just watch a bit of horror, you distract yourself. This is podcast, so you listen to a bit of horror. I thought that was even, better. I would get a little bit freaked out. It would be a good distraction. Whatever. But this episode, the pacing, the tension building, they do that thing where you can see the twist happening just about a half a second before the characters, like it's too late for them. And I had to just, I was wearing a hoodie. I remember because I just wrapped my hand, I grabbed the hood from the back and wrapped my hand around it and was just aggressively resting my chin in my hand so I could almost just shove a bit of my hoodie in my mouth to bite down on, to actively keep from screaming out loud in this car about this horror podcast. It was that good of a listening experience. I'm absolutely delighted because I love horror, but it's good shit. It's good shit. Ghost Bear, that's not the case. It is not just me who has these issues, okay? Other people have to have them. I refuse to believe that this is just a me problem, okay? No, it can't just be me. I refuse. Also, let's talk about this miniature. Because how the fuck is anyone supposed to transport this? This is actually 2 inches. They say that this thing probably has a 2-inch reach. This is the length of my pinky. What the fuck is going on? How does anyone transport that without it snapping in half? If that survives, that is going to be impressive. Also, we've put 1 together. We can glue him on his base. We can check that off the list. I don't know how many guys there are, honestly. I'll be real with you. I didn't check. I got this so long ago. I can't remember. Are all these bases the same size? No. What the fuck size base are you supposed to use? There's 3 different base sizes. 2 different? Okay, that's a different size than that. That's a different size than that. These the same size? Those are the same size. These are all the same size. It's a good thing I just didn't randomly glue them on a base, huh? That could have gone disastrously wrong. These ones all say different numbers on them, but I don't really think it's a difference. They do have GW written on the base, on the bottom. What are these minis? These are the Red Harvest Tarantulos Brood Lords. Okay, so he's supposed to basically be standing at both ends. He needs to have a 25 millimeter base. And I'm too fucking dumb to tell. Fuck. Okay. This is fine. You know what? This is okay. Okay. So, others in this guide, let's see what they have. Because I don't have the physical guide in front of me, but I do have it pulled up on Reddit. Okay. It looks like the others of his same type are also on 25 millimeter bases, which means they have to be this one because I have like a shit ton of them. So that's the only logical solution to this problem. Also, for those of you just joining us, I literally snapped the cap off of my super glue bottle. Like, the top was super glued into the cap. So I did not have a, another way to, glue that. I just freaking had to, you know, I couldn't access the bottle, so I just, yeah. Snapped right off. I saw a TikTok today that said if you lick things or apply moisture to them, that is what super glue will attach itself to, and you can get a model to stick to the base like nothing. I licked that base off screen because I'm not that kind of person, but that is absolutely real. That is a good hack. That's for real. Yeah, the Spider Chaos people. The Tarantulos Brood. 25. Okay, this one's 25. That one's 32. And then that one's 40. That's got to be the champion guy, who's cool as hell. Thank you for that. That is genuinely good information. Alright, we need B, 27, 28, 30, and 29. I will not remember any of those numbers in 3 seconds. On screen, so that they know that you're doing stuff. What the fuck numbers did I just say? 27 was one of them. Is that 27? B27, yep. I was talking about, painting Tau earlier, and did a little bit of painting on Tau, but I'm in color scheme decision paralysis, which is not a great place to be, and I need to get out of there as soon as possible, because I have so many Tau, I can't just let them sit around while I try and figure out my life, you know. It's not gonna be how it goes for me. Just can't let that happen. Maybe what we can do is we can find a way to have the green on those guys, because they're stealth suits. Possibly we can have it look like the green is making them invisible. Like, you know, if we can find a way to render that effect, maybe the green is their, like, shimmery invisibility shit. And if I can figure out how to make that work, then I can still do whatever candy bullshit I want. And still keep the original vision. That's a plan, right? That's a vibe. People could be okay with that. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, if that seems like a possible solution. Well, I search out piece number 30 and piece number 29. Those are the two that I need. Jesus fuck. Yeah. It's a good glue hack. I will be putting that in my next video. Because that that took that cure time way down. Lick your bases, kids. It works. Sounds weird. Sounds weird. Also, use plastic glue if you have it. But if you're in a shortage like me, and your game store can't seem to get any in, we do what we have to do. Put the parts that are shifting, put the edges in white, yeah, so that it's got kind of like that divide. 'Cause I think it could work. I think it could work. Can I have a green apple candy color, and stealth suits do tend to look different. Okay. Okay. I just, I want it to look like they all belong together in the end. That's really important for me, because I like to display things. It makes me feel good about myself. I won the paint contest for the Escalation League at my local store. And that, I mean, like, I don't want to be up in this chat bragging or nothing, but that was a goal I had set for myself a while ago, before a lot of stuff that kind of got me to stop hobbying for a while sort of took hold. And to know that I was still able to, like, I thought that goal was one I was going to have to kind of give up. I was like, you know what? Just showing up and trying your best, that's going to have to be good enough. I know you'd really set out to win this 1-5s, but let's be real. It's probably not something you're going to be able to pull out. That's okay. Like, you tried really hard and you still have a good-looking army. But God, I did not want to accept that. I'll be real with you. I don't often try to win things. Usually I'm kind of just like a, yeah, I did good enough sort of person. It meant a lot to win that. I am very excited. So, especially because I did have, a little bit of an off-kilter color scheme. It's not in the books. No one else was painting candy armies or anything like that. So yeah. I want to keep doing that because that is the part of the hobby that gives me the greatest sense of achievement. It's what I like doing the most. And it feels the best when I met a goal that was based on painting. Yeah, so I can't just settle, I really have to have a color scheme for my army that I like in the end. I won't be able to just say, yeah, that's close enough. That's good enough. And I'm honestly proud of myself for that, because I settle on virtually every other aspect of my fucking life all the fucking time. I've had to make a lot of compromises. The house I bought has carpet in the kitchen, if you want to know what kind of compromises I was willing to make in order to get to a place that I needed to be. Like, we have sacrificed some shit. But we've got here. We're doing it. I kind of want to test how far I can push this, licking plastic thing, which sounds really just not like something anyone should be doing with their free time. But maybe it'll work on bits, too. The little tinier pieces. Talisept is the highlight color, not the main color, so maybe just make that match. It's not the sept that I want to match. So like I have, you could, use water. Okay, Ghost Bear, way to come in here with your smarts and your ideas and your fucking intelligence like some goddamn smart person. Who gave you the right? Who gave you the right to have a brain in my chat? I'm gonna riot? Just rude, honestly. We need parts. What are we using? We either need 18s or 31 and 32. Let's take a look. See which ones we like better. It's hard for me to believe that it's all packed onto this one sprue, but it must be. I do not have another sprue. If it is not here, I don't have it. And that'll be a complication that I have to face as it comes, which is not something that I am looking forward to. So we're gonna hope, and I worry that I've jinxed myself by even talking like I don't have all the pieces. Or like that it could be multiple sprues, so we're gonna think positively and try and find the parts that we need on the sprue. Even though I don't see either of those. The numbers are so goddamn tiny. 31 and 32 or 18. They've kind of numbered them all in sections. Oh, there's 31. Ha! I lied. 31 and 32 are right here. So that's one option. What do 18 look like? I think those are just like the same as those, or similar in appearance. Well, we'll go with the ones that we can find. Because honestly, what are the chances of me actually playing Warcry? They're not high. They're not high. Maybe. I have all the materials, and I could learn if I wanted to. But I don't have anyone else interested in Warcry, which is a goddamn shame. Maybe, though. We'll see. We'll find out as we go along. Okay, all these people with these secret-ass glue tips. Y'all see me struggling? Y'all see me crying over assembly. You're not just like, oh, you know what, Fives? If you just licked the fucking pieces, everything would magically be better. That's rude of you. It's rude, and I don't appreciate it. All this nonsense. Y'all keeping your secrets. Think just because I have a YouTube channel I actually know how to do this hobby? No. Not at all. Not at all. You saw me twist the top off my super glue bottle in desperation to get super glue. Do I seem like someone who's gonna know how to get moisture acceleration out of their fucking glue? Also, for the record, I did not lick this piece because I literally forgot my own hot tip before trying to stick it together. And if I licked it now, I would get super glue everywhere. And I think also if I put it in water, that would be bad because then the glue would get in the water, and I don't really know. And I haven't changed my paint water in a while. This is getting chaotic. I cannot apologize for that. I decided to assemble stuff because I had decision paralysis about my color schemes. So, you know what? This is on me, guys. This one's on me. Super glue activator is water and baking soda. They used to sell that at my hobby shop, but they said nobody bought it, so they stopped carrying it. Sure could use some of that now. I mean, I think you can use, like, Warcry models wouldn't be good in Age of Sigmar, but you could use them. I think Tarantulos Brood are like a Slaves to Darkness thing? Correct me if I'm wrong. For winning the painting contest, I won some models. I won a box of Chaos Spawn. I don't have a Slaves to Darkness army. I have no desire to have a Slaves to Darkness army. But I have Chaos Spawn now. So I don't know quite what I'll do with them. There's some fun boys. Creepy lads. Weird dudes. I'm gonna remember to lick this one. That feels so weird. I don't know if... Do I keep this Yeah, people need to know that people need to know this fucking glue hack, okay? Hector, no. You can't cuddle right now. I'm sorry, buddy. Go play. Go play. Is that a sprue connection point, or is that where I'm supposed to glue it? I think that's a sprue connection point. I hope that's a sprue connection point. You cannot use claws, buddy. Go. Go. Hector's being clingy. Just one of those days for him. I have the Reading Rainbow theme stuck in my head. Does anybody ever get that? Where, like, you know, just random little songs will get stuck in your head? Not even the big ones. But just random little things. Chaos Spawn are fantastic for conversions. Highly modular kit. Oh, cool. I don't know quite what I'll build out of them. Like, I had a couple different kits that I could choose from, and there was, like... I have a Soulblight Gravelord's army, right? So, like, the thing that would have made the most sense for me to pick would have been another unit of Death Rattle Skeletons. They had a Death Rattle Skeletons kit. But literally building the previous Death Rattle Skeletons kit, that was the worst kit I had ever assembled in my young hobbyist life. And I realized in that moment, where I was offered infantry units for free, for no cost, because I had won, that I would rather, literally, rather pick any other box than assemble those Death Rattle Skeletons again. I forgot to lick the base so that would set quicker. God, I can't even take my own advice. I got so pissed off thinking about how bad. The Death Rattle Skeletons kit is just... It's so bad. The legs are so thin. I snapped so many of them trying to put it together. And it's especially frustrating because the kit with Death Rattle Skeletons in it for Curse City is like 2 flat pieces that you put together and that's it. But they somehow made the Death Rattle Skeletons one like 7 pieces, and it's awful. It's so bad. I will never forgive them for doing that. That is, I mean, a lot of people will say that Games Workshop has committed various atrocities. To me, however, none is worse than the atrocity of making that Death Rattle Skeletons kit so good, where I was like, these skeletons are so easy to put together, I actually enjoy assembling them because they're 2 parts. That was my merry little thought when putting together the Cursed City box. To literally not even, if they were free, I would not assemble them. Like, no. So that's why I didn't choose to expand that army. I would only buy pre-built Death Rattle Skeletons. And even then it's a stretch, because they're flimsy motherfuckers. I could bitch about that kit for a while, though. About assembling the Spirit Host, that's fair. Yeah, but I have the Reading Rainbow theme stuck in my head. Don't know why. Haven't watched Reading Rainbow in years. But, yeah, that's where I am tonight. Hardly the weirdest thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna try and remember to accelerate the super glue, because that makes everything easier. I'll be so pissed if that's the thing that tips me over into being like, assembly's not so bad. in the end. All you have to do is make sure that you freaking moisturize, and then you're good to go. That's what they ain't been telling you all these years. I'm trying actively not to sing the Reading Rainbow theme song right now, which is why I'm being kind of quiet, because literally that's just the only thing running through my head. And so much of what I say on these streams is just stream of consciousness, and I don't want to just start singing. That wouldn't be good. What parts do you need? 21 and 20. Okay. After finishing basing your father, you realized you had pizza left in the oven for too long. Oh no! But it seems like it came out normal. That's good. I had ramen for dinner tonight of my own volition. I was like really craving it. I always have some just kind of tucked away. And I did soft boiled eggs for it because that makes everything better. I had some spring onions and some soy sauce and some hot chili oil with it as well. And that really ups the quality of just like your basic packet ramen. If I was feeling especially ritzy, I would have fried a chicken cutlet for the top, but I didn't want to mess with oil and shit like that. Sometimes that is too much effort. So we did medium effort. I'm really sad that I finished the tacos that I had made the other day. I had been eating those for lunch for the past couple of days, and it was like, hell yeah, lunchtime tacos, but now I'm out of tacos. Well, you Californians are lucky. You can just walk down the street and there's probably a taco truck. At least that's what Ghost Bear tells me about California. There's tacos as far as the eye can see. Although I specifically wanted, like, I did not want good tacos when I made tacos. I just wanted, like, you know, when you, just get the seasoning packet from the store. Do a real basic. I love all the posts that are just bashing, like, the family style make your own tacos that white people do. Absolutely what I made for myself, but, like, that was the best. That was one of the few meals my mother ever cooked that had any degree of spice in it ever, so definitely a favorite. Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay, all you with your taco privilege. Being able to get tacos whenever you want. The nerve. I did not keep track of which of these were which. I think this one goes here. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. What else have I been up to, really? I've been playing Borderlands and Elden Ring. Still working my way through those. Elden Ring's going to take a while, and I'm getting a little bit burnt out. I dropped that piece on the floor. I will have to go and find it. Gonna see if I can get this piece. That is another classic bit of assembly for me, is throwing things on the floor and then having to go chasing after them. And I've snapped off the head somehow. Excellent. Wonderful. Brilliant job, Fives. What have we managed to actually accomplish on this stream? I don't know. Camaraderie and the fact that I will never have as easy access to tacos as my followers. That is the truth. We're gonna have to actually put more super glue on that top bit, I think. Alright, let me find what was dropped on the floor before it gets eaten by the carpet. If you've seen the carpet in the background of any of my recent videos, you will understand why I say this. It is a nightmare. You can only get tacos on Saturdays, but you have your run of 8 to 9 places for Lebanese at any moment. Tell the waiter they gave you the regular and then have them bring it back to you real spicy. Oh man, I wish I could tolerate spice better than I do. But if I'm being real with you, I cannot. I feel so bad because I love Korean food, but like, that's a whole different level of spicy. With like gochujang being a factor and shit like that, it is the real deal. It is no joke. And it is often too spicy for me to handle. I do my best, though. I do my best. There's like a Szechuan place. So Szechuan style Chinese food around here. And everything there is so spicy. Just incredibly spicy. I often die trying to consume their food. I don't mind, though, because it's delicious, but it's also like, I am burning. This is the end of days. But that's like, I think that's like, intrinsic to that style of cooking, is to have super spicy food. So if it's not, then it's, you know, at least I know what I'm getting is authentic. Hi, buddy. It's still not okay to scratch my feet. Go away, Heck. Go play. Hector is a cat, for anybody who doesn't know. But bibimbap! Yeah! No, that's a real Korean food. It's like a rice bowl kind of dish. That's good stuff. Definitely had bibimbap before. Can kind of, it's good. My favorite Korean foods are all, I love kimchi. All of their, like, pickled and fermented stuff, that's good shit. It's good eating. Pork bulgogi, though, that's so good. Just spicy. It's wonderful. Can't handle, like I said, I can only handle but so much spice, so I'm sure what I'm getting is kind of a tame version of it in order for me to actually be able to consume it with my sensitivity to spice, but it's still fucking good as hell. And all of the side dishes, too, they got, like, spicy pickled cucumbers sometimes. They got pickled radish that's really good. All kinds of stuff. Yes. But bibimbap that's a good one. Obviously, I'm not Korean, so I don't know what, like, is a Korean American dish and what's, like, a from Korea Korean dish. But, just because something's Korean American does not make it, like, less relevant to food culture. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Food good. I have snapped the head off this model for a third time. Is that a cue to probably stop? Yes. But I feel bad, because all I've managed to do is bitch about color schemes and barely assemble 3 spider people. It's one of those days. We're gonna glue this head back on, though. We're gonna do that. I wanted to assemble the entire kit. We knew this was folly when we started. We knew this was folly when we started. Oh no, and now my finger's gone right in the super glue. And I've broken off that hand. All you people who say that assembly is your favorite part, or that you like it, or that it's easy, you are not telling the truth. I am here live recording the experience of it being complete and utter nonsense. Nothing holds together. Everything falls apart. It is nonsense. I do not enjoy it. Sichuan food is known for its spiciness. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Alright, that's back on. This guy is stuck to the base. Excellent. Okay. Well, let's think about where we're at. We have actually managed to put stuff together, so that's an accomplishment. And I got this out from sitting at the bottom of the box where I store all my Blood Bowl stuff. So that's another good thing. Unfortunately, I did not manage to assemble everything, which means I won't be able to prime them until they're all assembled, because I hate doing that in, like, separate batches. But I got to have a closer look at these models, and they're honestly really cool. And I hope my color scheme to paint them will work out the way that I want it to. We'll see. We'll get there. I guess really the only way to preserve this super glue, which is my only adhesive, is to screw this top back on and then hope that I can get it off again as needed. If the top will go back on. Which I don't think it will, because it's got this little stalk growing out of it now. So I'll have to cut that off with some clippers. This is not what you want to be doing to your super glue bottles, by the way. This is not advocating for it. I think just about anybody else would just go buy a new bottle. But I am cheap and weird. I do not know where that cap is gone. I do. It's fallen on the ground. You know what, Goober? I'm glad you can find some joy in assembly, because I certainly the fuck cannot. Ugh. It is a necessary part of getting me to the point where I can paint a miniature, but it is not the part I relish. Still have to cut off more of that stalk so that it'll screw on. The surgery of this cap continues. It's been a lot of surgery. I know, buddy. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. We're still live on the air. We gotta clean up. We gotta finish. Then we can be done. Hector's really wanting to go snuggle, I guess. He's still dealing with the time change. If y'all had daylight savings time, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know where that went. It's probably good enough. Yeah, okay, that cap is back on. At least for the most part. That's a good recommendation. I'm gonna cut this sprue into 2 so that I can store it more easily. In one of the drawers that I have in this lovely hobby desk. Can fit right there. Take the rest of these bases and put them in bag. Which I might leave on the desk with the brush, so I know which brush is now my designated this is the brush I'm going to be using for super glue brush. Because now I have to have that. And then I'll close out for the night. Hector, do you want to say goodbye to everybody? Do you want to say goodbye? Do you want to say goodbye, Heck? We're on stream. Yeah. We had a good stream. It was a little chaos. And there's a lobster, too. Hi, baby. Hi, babies. Yeah, those are the babies. All right. Heck, can you say goodbye to everybody? Can you say goodbye? There we go. Well, that's a beep from Hector. A little purr over there from Lobster. I hope you all have a good night. I hope that your assembly will go better than mine did tonight. And I will see you next time.